what does this week or 10 days, what does this mean to the state of Kentucky?
Well, first of all, it can't get much better than this, to have two teams in the Final Four. The only thing that could be better is if we were in opposite brackets to where we could meet in the final game as opposed to the semifinals. But for the Commonwealth, you can't pay for this kind of publicity. I mean, the national, the international publicity it's going to bring to Kentucky is just incredible. And we'll not only enjoy this week, but we'll be working our industrial and economic clients to use this as a sales tool to help attract business to Kentucky, help Kentucky grow and prosper.
Do you have any anecdotes or any little stories or anything interesting in terms of this rivalry between UK and Louisville? I know that you're a UK grad, so is there a personal anecdote or personal touch that you can put on this Final Four coming up and the rivalry and what it means?
Well, all the way back when I served in the legislature, these two teams didn't play. And it got to be such a question that the legislature got involved. And this was in, I believe, the 70s and early 80s. And the legislature got involved and passed resolutions that these two teams ought to play. And eventually they started playing. And, of course, it developed into an incredible rivalry. But it's also brought some great notoriety to both schools. And there are two flagship universities, and there are research universities. And quite honestly, when it gets aside from sports, they really partner in a lot of things and they work together in a lot of ways to better Kentucky and to better education for all of our kids here in Kentucky. So it's an exciting time for this rivalry, and it's a hot rivalry. A guy like me who went to UK and is now governor of the state, it puts you in an awkward position because you're my natural inclination. I'm a Kentucky fan, but I'm also a U of L fan, except when they're playing Kentucky. So it's a difficult thing for us. And now my lieutenant governor, was mayor of Louisville for about 21 years and has been a Cardinal fan all of that time. So we're going to sort of share the role down in New Orleans on Saturday. He'll be sitting on one side for a half, and I'll be sitting on the other side, and then we're going to switch so that we try to show a little impartiality. But my guess is in that second half, he'll probably be sitting on the Cardinal side, and I'll be sitting on the Wildcat side, and we'll both be rooting as strong as we can. But you know what? Kentucky's going to win. No matter what, the Commonwealth of Kentucky wins. We'll have a team in the final game of the Final Four.
I was just going to say that. There will be a loser, but the winner will still be the state of Kentucky, because maybe some of the fan base is going to go home not pleased. But overall, the state of Kentucky comes out a winner either way. I mean, the odds are great.
While this rivalry is really hot and heavy, my guess is that on Monday night, most of the fans will be just like Jerry Abramson and I are going to be. We're going to be rooting for the Commonwealth of Kentucky to win, whether it's the Wildcats or the Cardinals. We want to bring home that trophy.
Now, I got to ask you, what are you going to be wearing to the game? Because, this is a touchy subject. You represent the entire state. Can't show any partiality here. What are you going to wear?
I'll probably wear some neutral color, and either a green sweater or, something that's neither blue nor red, because I am the governor of the whole state, and everybody knows sort of who I'm for in the end, but they also know that my biggest priority is the Commonwealth as a whole, and so we're going to come out a winner, and I'm going to be there to root them on Monday night.
What is this working partnership like for you this week, especially considering that we've got a Louisville guy and a UK guy, and here we are heading to the Final Four? Well,
Jerry and I are living proof that Louisville and UK can work together and win. Because, as we know, he was mayor of Louisville for 21 years and a big Cardinal fan, and I went to UK and have always been a UK fan. But we're both for the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and this is such a great deal for this entire state. He's a leader down in Louisville and has been for a long, long time. And to come now together with the Central Kentucky group, like where I'm from, this is a winner for everybody.
Yeah, and don't forget, that we've had, when this started, this NCAA tournament, we had 4 Kentucky teams. We had Murray State, we had Western Kentucky, plus U of L and U of K. So the Commonwealth understands basketball, and our teams have been exceptionally well received. In fact, Murray State's had the longest winning streak of any of the teams. Now we're down to 2 out of the 4, but there aren't many states that can say 4 teams started from that state in the NCAA, and how exciting it is to really be in a position where one of the teams is going to be in the final, and therefore the Commonwealth wins. And you know, whether you're wearing red or you're wearing blue, the Commonwealth's the winner.
So, Jerry, let me ask you this. If Louisville wins, do you think the governor's going to let you in the door come Monday morning?
I think if Louisville wins, I would think you'd see the governor at the final game dressed in red.
That's exactly right. And I would expect to see Jerry at the final game if the Wildcats win dressed in blue.
You could take that to the bank.
I thought perhaps, Governor, that you might wear something else with stripes.
Well, it has been suggested to me that as governor, and having should be neutral, is that I ought to wear the stripes of a referee, black and white, and try to keep both sides somehow together and keep it from duking out. And I probably shouldn't have used that word because both U of L and UK can't stand Duke. We all know that.
That's right. 1986, when I was first elected mayor, Louisville beat Duke in the finals. So, yeah, we shouldn't use that term.
That's okay. I kind of like it, actually. Sports fans like it.
And, you know, in 1992, things didn't turn out right. But we got revenge in 1996, I believe, or 1998, when we defeated Duke on the way to the championship.
Yeah.
Well, I like the idea that the governor has that we would sit on each side. I'd sit on one side at the first half, he'd sit on the other, and then we'd switch. It just means I got to take 2 sweaters. I mean, I'll wear a white shirt and I'll put a V-neck red sweater on the U of L side, and then put a V-neck blue sweater on so I don't stand out on the UK side.